So with the rise of AI, organic shape elements and organic typefaces are absolutely going to be a trend in 2026, just because it kind of feels more human interacting and connected. So today I want to show you guys some really simple, quick techniques and I promise you it's so simple and so dope, you're going to just want to go into Photoshop just to try it. And I'm sure you're going to be happy because I personally use it for some projects and it's just fire, okay? So without dragging it too long, let's go ahead and get into it. Don't forget about the everything pack, guys. The first link in the description where you get all of my 33 plus premium products to help you design like a professional. Plus all of my future design assets emailed directly to you 100% free. Now has an official Photoshop plugin where you guys can now get instant downloads to all the packs and all new releases basically instantly. You should have it by now. Okay, so it's super duper simple. Let's go ahead and get this thing started. So all you have to do, of course, is in your new document, just go ahead and make a new layer and essentially just quick fill this in with like a white. It doesn't really matter too much because what you're gonna do next is the only thing that really matters. Is you're gonna right click on this new layer, go to convert to smart object. Now you're just gonna have a simple blank white layer, okay? And then with this layer right here, make sure you guys choose right here. I think it's this one, right? If you choose this little like button here, it'll change your colors automatically to black and white, pure black and pure white. You're gonna wanna go ahead and do that because the next step is to go to filter, render, and then choose clouds. Okay, now these clouds are essentially just gonna be exactly what the whole entire effect is controlled by. So you can kind of call this whatever you wanna call it. I'm gonna call it the effect activator. And essentially with these clouds, you want to change your blend mode from normal to hard mix, just like so. And then now you just make a new layer, right? Just a new layer right above your background layer. And essentially we're gonna take a brush, okay? And with this default brush, actually, I'm gonna change my flow to about 35%. And then I'm also gonna go into my brush settings for a second here. And on my spacing, I think default is like 2% or 1%, I forgot. But essentially, if you kind of see me just do this real quick, you can kind of see the effect that's happening. I'm just gonna do a quick little S, right? You see a little S with this. If I lower the flow down to like 15, okay? I did 14, but it doesn't really matter too much. You can see a tiny difference in like the scattering, right? And like how quickly you'll kind of see these pixels pull together, just like so. It's kind of satisfying to look at. But if you move the spacing up, let's say the spacing is like 10%, and I do this again, you can start to see what's happening, right? And then you're starting to see like you might have to paint a few more times in your strokes to actually get a really fun, cool. This is really obviously more of a distressed graffiti-esque look, but you can obviously do this with your own handwriting and elements because there's a lot of fun things I'm gonna show you in this video that will push this even further. But essentially, I'm gonna put my flow about 35% and my spacing, I think 8 is probably my favorite number right now. If I just started just kind of using my mouse and just making these really fun shapes, you can get some really cool looks and just like, it just feels really dope, right? Now, this is essentially the entire effect in what today's video is gonna be about, to be very honest, but it is pretty cool. So if I want to show you guys how to actually push this further, okay? So let's just kind of get a simple little, text in here, right? And then with this text, there's a few things that we can do to make this a little more fun, okay? So essentially the first thing I want to show you guys, of course, is you can use this like a lot of adjustments, okay? So if I go over here, let's go to the curves for a second. Every adjustment you have to put in, you do have to clipping mask to the effect activator layer. And essentially, let's just kind of push some of these things around. You can kind of see what starts to happen when you start moving with these curves. Get these really cool, crazier, even more crazier distressed looks. Curves is just one thing. Outside of curves, you can also use something like a grain, which is the newest Photoshop adjustment layer. And this, if I clip mask this as well, this, if I put this amount up and I put the size up, you can start seeing what's probably gonna happen here is you get more of this like spray paint-esque look. If I took off the curves, I think if I put the curves off and I put the size down, yeah, this gives you like a really cool spray paint effect. So essentially you can just make your own quick, really simple and very fast spray paint effects with your own handwriting, which is actually pretty cool. And then my other fun, like little random thing, right, is the gradient, just a simple gradient, not gradient map, but a gradient, okay? And with the gradient fill, right, you just have a simple black gradient. You can keep it on just like that, press OK. And then we're gonna clip mask this gradient map to this effective layer. Press G to bring up the actual little slider here. And we're gonna take the slider and move it across. And we're just move this around. You can get some really fun looks and get these like bold to thin, more thin curves. I think the only other thing would be levels, right? If I go to levels, I clip mask this right here, and I move this around. You're essentially gonna also kind of see yourself bringing in some thicker or like thinner strokes. If you move this inward, you get a little bit of distortion going on. Of course, that's the clouds that are activating. Move this to the right. You're just gonna start kind of getting rid of some of the clouds, the white or the highlights in the clouds inside the text and get more of like this inky, blotchy kind of effect, which is also pretty cool. But that is also not the only thing I wanted to show. So let's just quickly just kind of, I'm gonna quickly just write something else again. Let's use my like typography skills, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and just write the word like crazy. Okay, there's the word crazy. Now with this, the fun thing is because I made this a smart object layer for the the clouds, right? The effect activator, we're calling it. If I go ahead and go into something like a, let's go to filter gallery. And let's just say in my filter gallery, under sketch, I choose halftone. And I put like, let's say the contrast up even more actually. Let's put the pattern on. You can either put on line. Circle might be kind of cool. I haven't tried that. Let's just see what that looks like. Or I can choose dot. Let's just see what dot looks like, okay? Put the curves up, or the contrast up on 2. And of course, if you didn't know, if you press this little plus button over here, you can stack them. So if let's say you wanted to have both circle and curves, we can do that too, which is also pretty interesting. But I might just say this is pretty cool. I'll add circle on 1 size and 14 contrast, and it just makes some really cool like flower-esque pattern. But once you kind of put this effect on here, you'll get really cool like patterns on your organic shapes. And I don't know, you can say what you want to say, but that's cool, okay? If you did want to export this for the record, all you really have to do is press Control Alt Shift and E on your first top layer, right? Bring this all the way to the top. So if you push Control Alt Shift and E on like whatever the most top active layer is, it'll just basically combine everything into one image in the PSD. So that's why I have this here. All you have to do is go to select color range, select the black in the color range, right? I'm gonna put the fuzziness on like, let's just say like a, I don't really know. You might have to test between like 50 to 100, right? If you have a lot of pattern like I do here. Press OK, and then you can just simply hide this layer, go over to your adjustments, and then choose solid color. And then essentially you can now solid color fill this in with any color that you choose and you want. And yeah, it's just your effect is now good to go. Let's just say, and for fun, I'm gonna add some color to the background because you guys are looking at a white screen for a little bit. Let's just say, right, okay, that you had the effective layer on. I'm gonna turn off the filter gallery effects on it though. I'm gonna make a new layer. And let's just say you wanna do more shapes. So you say like, hey, Seso, I don't really care about this brush. I don't really like how rounded it is. Of course, again, don't forget, play with your brush spacing as well, right? You can get some really other cool effects. The brush spacing will give you more inky block looks. But let's just say, okay, I don't want that. You can go ahead, right? If you didn't know, the right click, this little thumbnail right here, I ignored it for like the first 5 years of my life in Photoshop, but this is how you change the actual brush angle. You can kind of click on it and just kind of like change the angle to be something like so, and then kind of shrink it down. And so you start writing, right? You'll get some like thicker and thin lines when you go one way. You'll get some thicker lines when you go another way, and you can make some really cool effects like this as well. And of course, you can go ahead and twist this and move this as much as you personally want. You don't have to go as thin as I did. Let's see what this looks like. Oh, I kind of like this. This is a vibe too. I mean, this is fire, no? Yo, honest, you would be kind of sick if I did a font like this. If you want a font like this, leave a like on the video because I think this could be kind of sick. I mean, absolutely. Okay, so yeah, essentially, that is all I really wanted to show you guys because I just think it's one of those things where I was using it in a project and it was just such a hack because it just instantly gives you a feeling and a look. Obviously, if you're into the grungier typefaces and all that good stuff, that's what this is obviously really good at. Again, the inky, blocky look. And if you combine this as well with the last video I just did, the halftone video, I mean, you're looking at some really dope, like it's just cool, in my opinion, right? You can do whatever you want with it, draw some pictures, iconography with it if you want as well. And I mean, you could just essentially make an entire branding just from that alone. And I just think it's one of those things that if you don't know, now you know. It's because it's just, to me, it's just cool, okay? Essentially, I just want to show you guys something that I thought was pretty simple, super sick, and also just incredibly versatile. And if you guys are, not into handwriting or elements, or you would love to learn how to do it, I think the way you would explore it with like a graphic style is definitely doing something like this method. So that's all I got. But with that being said, it is Seso HQ out. Do not forget to keep smiling, stay positive, and stay freaking brother, guys. Much love, peace. And if you enjoy these quick little tip videos, I can do a lot more of these. I got a lot of stuff in my bag, but also a lot of people give me some cool stuff to show. So let me know. But yeah, guys, later.